We have finally made it to Love Yourself Answer, the third installment in the third and final installment, I should say, in the Love Yourself trio of sort of compilation albums. BTS has created this absolute just emotional journey, personal, everything that every word I've ever used to describe BTS, I feel like has laid itself completely bare in all of these albums I've gotten to listen to here so far, and I'm so excited to close it out. Coming off of Tear, which I'm still honestly not fully recovered from. Honestly, that one broke me. When you talk about an album that expresses itself in the way it does, but not only that, ends it off with that outro, which is one of my favorite BTS songs ever, and that's without even talking about Truth Untold, which is my actual favorite BTS song ever. That album had a Love Maze and the Pluto song, right? I forget the number. It's 134, 143, something like that. But the song where they're referencing themselves as Pluto, the absolute genius of that song that has hit me so much harder, honestly, as I've listened to that song in my own free time. That was just one of those albums that absolutely, truly required me to take a little bit of time in between. Sometimes it happens to me when these albums really get to me that deeply, and when I feel things on a very deep level. So here we are now. Thankfully, I've made you guys wait long enough, so I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to dive in to Love Yourself Answer. I want to give a quick huge shout out to Naya on Patreon for hooking me up with really helping me out, by the way, with because it's so tough to find lyric videos for especially lyric playlists. Particularly, those are even harder, but like lyric videos and the right ones that correspond with each song, especially for this Love Yourself series in particular. So shout out to you for some lyric video links to really help me out on this album. So came out big time help. So thank you so much for your kindness. Let's jump into this, guys. This is Love Yourself Answer. It's about time. All right, this first track is Euphoria. Two things. Jungkook by himself. My baby. My early on bias, as I've made quite clear. First of all, this man is so handsome. Look at him. And I know I saw him at the is it the AMA Awards. I watched with you guys on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch. If you're not following me on Twitch, I'm going to be doing some more stuff over there, some more cool stuff real soon, actually this month for sure. But anyways, I know he cut his hair. Even with the short haircut, he still looks absolutely beautiful. Okay, let me not get distracted by that. The title jumps out to me, Euphoria. We begin this third leg of the trio of albums, starting it off right away with a title that Euphoria means like extreme happiness, and I feel like we have done so much extreme like self-discovery up to this point, and we've been at the bottom of the bottom of trying to figure out what road we're walking in life to get to this point. And I feel like just starting this album off, the album's called Answer, right? So I'm hoping that they find their own answers within themselves, and to get to a point and a track called Euphoria makes me think that we might be in for a little bit more of a positive road here. We'll see. All I know is I'm getting Jungkook on his own, I assume, and I'm so here for that. Let's go. Oh my god, hold on, I wasn't the way the way that starts off is so I know that they did the My Universe with Coldplay. It's kind of got a little bit of a Coldplay sound to it. The instrumental already is quite different from what I've heard from BTS so far. Yeah. There's the sun reference once again. Sorry guys. I have to. Oh my. I'm so happy already. I'm so happy already because my surroundings become more and more transparent. Previously, we're saying dream is a blue mirage and desert. And when you talk about a mirage, you say, I don't know what this feeling is. Perhaps I'm also in a dream, thinking that you're just making this all up in your head because it's almost too good to be true. When you say dream is a blue mirage in a desert, I feel like that's a misspell there. But when you talk about a blue mirage, when you talk about a mirage, and then you get to this next line. I get breathtakingly euphoric. My surroundings become more and more transparent. And when you say they become more and more transparent, you sort of defeat the idea of mirage. Things are actually becoming reality because a mirage is something that's not actually there. When your surroundings are becoming more and more transparent, you're not seeing the mirage, you're seeing the reality that's in front of you. Also, the fact that he's sort of illustrating the idea of being in this dream, or this being a dream. Jungkook literally sounds like a fucking dream when he sings. I'm sorry, but even if he didn't use the word or term dream or made me think of that, I literally feel like he's got this dreamy sort of voice. It's almost ironic that he used that term because that is very much what I think of when I hear him sing. And this like sort of this instrumental lends itself so well for a ballad by Jungkook, and I'm so curious to hear where he goes with this chorus. I'm almost not ready. I know I'm talking a lot already. It's because you guys know how I feel about Jungkook, and to get this already like right away with just him and singing this kind of stuff, singing this way, is such a treat for me. He's such a good singer. Across the dream, over the forest, all the imagery. Take my hands now. You are the cause of my euphoria. When I'm with you, I'm in utopia, and he just was referencing like over the oceans, through the forest, all this beautiful imagery, which would be a utopia, which is where you would be if you were feeling this extreme, if like someone was your euphoria, causing a euphoria. Like he's saying he couldn't possibly be any happier with what he is. He feels like a fucking dream, and he's in a utopia. And this is okay. I don't know if it's gonna get better than this. I'm just saying this is already easily one of my favorite BTS songs. Easily. I'm so happy that I went from Tear, which is an incredible moment, to this song right away. This is strong. I like the way he delivers. So things like this, it's interesting because, I obviously don't understand the language, but I'm Spanish. I'm Spanish and English speaking. So, one thing I do understand is how cadence translates through English songs and Spanish songs, and how it's specifically used to use a certain amount of syllables and fit them in within a line, right? And while I don't speak this language at all, not in the slightest, and it's such a beautiful language, and it's been one of my favorite things about listening to BTS is like hearing some keywords used a couple different times and starting to learn like a little bit, not much, but a little bit. I'm working on it. The cadence in which this is delivered with is gorgeous, and it's the kind of stuff that makes me want to learn some more of these words specifically, because I love the way he delivers this right here. Right here. And I know he used to be a rapper, so that plays into that. But I know not that he used to be a rapper, but he used to rap more, according to everybody. But this right here, to me, is such a impressive, specific, understated skill set. See, and that's interesting because he's talking about a utopia, and here he talks about even if the ground cracks, even if someone shakes this world. I think of the ground cracking, I think of like a natural disaster, and tornadoes, hurricanes causing destruction to ground surfaces. Someone shakes this world, I think of like earthquakes, and obviously he's using like a metaphor for something much larger when he says if someone shakes this world, but even if someone shakes this world, like I think of an earthquake, and you think of those natural disasters that could ruin a utopia, which is again a specific reference to those oceans and those forests. And this right here refers to a dream. When someone shakes this world, he's talking about that dream that he's living in. I am loving this song, guys. If it's not obvious. I love this song. I love the way he opens up right there. He opens up to his full chest, and it sounds so nice. Right there. You are the cause of my euphoria. Self-harmony. I love that line. I'm with you. I'm in utopia. Close the door on this dream, which is our actual reality. Because I'm starting to see the what was it that he said? My surroundings become more and more transparent. What a start. I said so much, guys, so I'm gonna move on. But what a start. Okay, let's go. Hey, we have another solo song. I'm assuming it's just J-Hope here. This is Just Dance. Okay, all right, starting off with some solo excursions here. I can feel that he's gonna go off on this. Hold on, I gotta drop these bad boys. Alright, let's do this again. 내가 그 순간을 묻는다면 환하게 내리쬐는 sunshine 그 느낌을 묻는다면 자연스레 나는 내 원샷 그 분위기 속 음악을 틀고 각자의 stretching 긴장을 보여주고 내 맘을 숨긴다면 Who has no one yes on side Dance with me 맘을 숨긴 그 분위기 속 음악을 틀고 각자의 stretching 자연스레 나는 내 원샷 그 분위기
분위기 속 음악을 틀고 각자의 스트레칭 긴장을 보여줘 내 맘을 숨긴다면 후회했어 너와의 sunset Dance with me, dance with me 어떤 bounce도 좋아 Dance with me 어디서 왔고 왜 춤을 추고 자연스러운 대화 say something 이상해 너무 장막해 뭐든지 잘 될 것 같아 But you're my friend, yeah my friend Just 함께하는 느낌이 좋아 너와 함께하는 춤들이 좋아 너와 I just wanna I really wanna Just dance 음악의 리듬대로 그저 몸이 가는 대로
that makes me feel things.
우린 더 빛 아래 shadow 함께하는 느낌이 좋아
Wait, where were those lyrics?
그저 몸이 가는 대로 음악의 리듬대로 Just dance 음악의 리듬대로 그저 몸이 가는 대로 우린 더 빛 아래 shadow
Just by the rhythm of the music, just by the way my body moves, under our moonlight, a shadow fall in. It's so crazy how like this song is starting, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we have more of our sun references and more references to the fans, but it's just a dance song, and he even says like bounce to this, and it literally like it has a bounce to it. The way the synth really kicks into this song, particularly along with his cadence. But then here we've got some more deep, profound stuff twisted in, and BTS never makes music that I like. They do this over and over again, where they make these songs that, like if they're not clearly like ballads that are meant to tear your heart apart, or if they're not like hard raps that are meant to tear your heart apart and make you think really hard. Even the songs that are super like upbeat and happy and joyful sounding still have this underlying dark, not even dark, but underlying deep message to take away from it every single time almost. 진흙 같은 내 삶 속 한 송이 널 안고 꽉 막힌 연습실도 함께라면 낙원으로 답도 없던 꿈도 이제 공감대 형성이 멜로디 우리 리듬 I see, because we're talking about answer now. I gotta pick that up. Even in my dream that had no answer, now I relate to it. Every day it forms. Even my dream that had no answer, previously, my dream had no answer. And this is a play on what Jungkook was just talking about previously in Euphoria. I always think of the TV show whenever I say that, so I just stop for a second. I'm like, I'm not talking about the TV show, right? I've never seen that TV show, but I want to. Even my dream that had no answer had its past tense. He's saying now, which is present tense. Now I relate to it. Every day it forms. So now that dream, again, now that we're entering present day, it's becoming a reality. Just like Jungkook, this was slowly like he was envisioning, he was thinking this was a dream, but it was actually becoming a reality. Slowly but surely, he was starting to realize what was going on around him. And J-Hope seems to be coming to that sort of similar realization as well. After saying every day it's actually forming now in front of me.
Let's get it on par 웨이브로 뭉겨지는 감심장의 뒷바 하나 되는 동작 너로 알아가는 지금 내 맘 계속 이어나가고 싶은 girl 춤을 좋아했듯이 널 So you're my love, yeah my love That's why I like 함께하는 느낌이 좋아 너와 함께하는 춤들이 좋아 너와 I just wanna
You know who he reminds me of? I'm not sure how many people are familiar with Outkast, Andre 3000. He's kind of reminding me of some Outkast sounds in this, and that is the highest compliment I could pay him.
I really wanna just dance.
That's what this is right here.
넌 나로 다 위로가 된다는 걸 baby 느꼈어 baby 순간 너와 baby 그 모든 합의 공식까지 맞춰진 거 baby 거친 숨도 baby 흘린 땀도 baby 너 나로 다 의미가 된다는 걸 baby 함께하는 느낌이 좋아 너와 함께하는 추억들이 좋아 너와.
You know, and I love how, I know this is about to end, but I love how the dancing symbolizes so much more. And he's referencing that in the prior lines too. Like, even the blanks, even the big trials represent so much like turmoil that you can go through. Like those are those big trials and you have to get through that. I get all the comfort just by you alone. I get all the comfort just by you. Think about that line. Think about everything that they said on Her and Tear, and now we're talking about I get all the comfort just by you alone. Like they've come to such a place now where they can sing about this. And that brings me so much peace. Yeah, this is a song that I'm whenever I just want to feel good, I'm gonna be playing the F out of this song. It's just gonna make me feel so good every single time. Every single time. Yeah, okay, let's keep going. So I forgot to mention that song was had trivia in front of it. Trivia Just Dance. And now we have another song called Trivia Love. So it's two songs with the names Trivia followed by a different name, but that's already very interesting to me, and I'm wondering if that's knowing BTS, that's gonna tie together somehow, some way. When doesn't it with them? I mean, this album, all these albums tying together somehow, some way, or not just somehow, some way. It's an extreme, actually. These three especially. This is gonna be RM by himself now. This is Love, which is my favorite word. So, come on, RM, show me what you got. Trivia Love.
Is this love? Yeah. Is this love? Yeah. Sometimes I know. Yeah. Sometimes I don't. Yeah. 이 다음 가사 뭐라고 쓸까? 너무 많은 말이 날 돌지만 내 마음 같은 게 하나 없을까?
I'm gonna have to learn my lesson with this.
No. Yeah. 이 다음 가사 뭐라고 쓸까? 너무 많은 말이 날 돌지만 내 마음 같은 게 하나 그냥 느껴져 해가 뜨고 나면 꼭다리 뜨듯이 손톱이 자라듯 겨울이 오면 나무들이 하늘하늘 옷을 벗듯이 넌 나의 기억을 추억으로 바꿀 사람을 사랑으로 만들 사람 옷을 벗듯이
You're the one that will change my memory to memories. Okay, first of all, RM, like, first of all, he has the audacity to say,
yeah, sometimes I don't, yeah.
First of all, that comes in so tight. So is this love? Is this love? That comes in so hard. And then he says the next lyrics, so many words circle me. I don't have a single thing that represents me. He almost like says it as if he's not going to come up with the words, and I know better. Because then he says, you're the one that will change my memory to memories, which is basically saying like you're going to turn my memory, which is just defining what that is. Like your memory is, it's a capability. It has one job, and it's to store memories and to remember things, and saying that we're going to turn that to memories through experiences and feelings and emotions and love, and that's how you hold on to memories.
나무들이 하늘하늘 옷을 벗듯이 넌 나의 기억을 추억으로 바꿀 사람을 사랑으로 만들 사람 널 알기 전 내 심장은 온통 직성뿐이던 거야 난 그냥 살아 넌 나의 모든 목소리 잠시 날 살아 너만두도 사랑 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 저 무수히 많은 직선에서 내 사랑 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 그 위에 살짝 앉은 하트 I live for love I live for love I live for love I live for love You may act when oh shit
Oh, I like that. Is that RM doing the? If that RM doing the live and love? Wait, what is the lyric? Live and love, live and love. Is that him singing that? Live and love, live and love. If it's love, I will love you. Is that him singing that? Because that sounds. That's a harmony. First of all, that's layered vocals. Is that all his vocals layered?
You may act when oh shit. act when oh. 너 때문에 알았어 왜 사람과 사랑이 비슷한 소리가 나는지 You make love to a lie Love to a lie 너 때문에 알았어 왜 사람이 사랑을 하며 살아가 하는지 아와 유의 거리 멀지만 Fuck JKLMN
Okay, hold on because he's this is rap right now. He's messing with words here, and then it's assuming that this lyric video's got it right. He's trying to make me think. I figured it out because of you, why people have to live while loving. Although I and you are still very distant. I and you are still very distant. I'm done with this. I'm done with this guy. This man just said, although I and you are very, oh my god, RM. We need to talk. This man just said, I and you are very distant, which is, I and you, two people distant. And then he says, he says the letters in between I and you. He says the letters in between I and you because I and you. And he says I crossed over every letter and reached you. So even though we were distant, I still crossed all those letters just to reach you. And the cleverness, and I'm so glad I stopped because I had a feeling he was doing some crazy stuff with words, some rap stuff. That's rap stuff. That's lyricism. That's wordplay. That is clever. Oh man, that hit me hard. My head hurts. JKLMNOPQRST. You.
JKLMN. PQRST. 모든 글자 건너만. 알았어 왜 사람이 사랑을 하며 살아가 하는지. 아와 유의 거리 멀지만. JKLMN. PQRST. 모든 글자 건너 내가 내게 닿지. 화려한 애도 똑같은 소리가 나잖아. 그렇다고 내가 넌 아니지만 너의 직장의 일부가 되고파. 너의 소설에 난 참견하고파. 연인으로 난 그냥 살아. 넌 나의 모든 목소리 잠시 날 살아. 너만둬도 살아. 저 무수히 많은 직선에서 내 살아. 그 위에 살짝 앉은 하트 I live for love I live for love
I love that part.
I live for love.
I love this right here.
내가 간다면 어떨까? 내가 간다면 슬플까? 만약 내가 아니면 난 뭘까? 결국 너도 날 떠날까? 스치는 바람 많은 네가 바라본 흘러갈 사람 많은 네가 바라본 기분은 파란 머릿속은 어두워 너를 말아 넌 나의 사랑 넌 나의
What, you hear those vocals back there? You know the vocals back there? Vocals again? The vocals.
You were always meant to be destiny. I hope you feel the same with me. Love.
Okay, first of all, the last 40 seconds or so, where he was just doing some ad-libs with his vocals, some falsettos just back there. I heard all of that. I heard all of that RM. Okay, vocals. I can't even touch on that I and you lyrics again because my brain will literally explode. I love that so much. I love just literally comparing a person to love and how one can't exist without the other, how they are the same thing. And it's such a beautiful way to illustrate what we represent in our existence, and that is love. And the song is called Love, so I love that much more just for that reason. Man, what a I knew this was gonna happen. I mean, we just started, only 3 songs, and I knew this was gonna happen. I knew that this was gonna hit me like this. It happens every time. All right, let's keep going. We had J-Hope, RM, both with trivia songs. I should have known that Suga was coming. I'm scared because Suga is special. Suga is a special lyricist, a special lyric deliverer. He's just a special rapper, special artist. So I'm scared of him having the last version of the trivia song. This is Seesaw. Come on, Sugar.
시작은 뭐 즐거웠었네. 오르락내리락 그 자체로
Seesaw.
어느새 서로 지쳐버렸네. 의미 없는 감정 소모해 반복된 시소 속에 이젠 지겨워졌네. 반복된 시소 속에 우린 서로 지쳐서 지겨워졌네.
사소한 말다툼의 시작이었을까. 내가 너보다 무거워졌었던 순간 애초에 평행은 존재한 적이 없게도 욕심내서 맞추려 했을까. 사랑이었고 이게 사랑이란 단어에 차츰엔 굳이 반복해야 할 필요 있을까. 서로 지쳤고 같은 카드를 쥐고 있는 듯해. 그렇다면 뭐.
Okay, I didn't see what he was saying. I just need to. I wanted to appreciate his cadence and delivery. I think Suga's got my favorite. It's ironic because his lyricism is also just like top notch. It's incredible. He might also have my favorite delivery though, out of the rappers in the group. There's something about Suga that I really connect with. I feel like, and it's so interesting because we're starting off on this sort of sad. Realistic, by the way, like this Seesaw, this up and down, that's such a real thing, and all Suga ever talks about is real stuff, real relatable things. So I'm not surprised by it. It's just I'm never ready for when he starts, and I love the way he sounds when he raps. But let's see what he was talking about.
우린 서로 지쳐서 지겨워졌네.
사소한 말다툼의 시작이었을까. 내가 너보다 무거워졌었던 순간 애초에 평행은 존재한 적이 없게도 욕심내서 맞추려 했을까. 사랑이었고 이게 사랑은 존재한 적이 없게도 욕심내서 맞추려 했을까. 사랑이었고 이게 사랑이란 단어에 차츰엔 굳이 반복해야 할 필요 있을까. 서로 지쳤고 같은 카드를 쥐고 있는 듯해. 그렇다면 뭐.
Alright, 반복된 시스템 이제서야 끝을 내보려 해. Alright, 지겨운 시스템 누군간 여기서 내려야 돼. 할 순 없지만 누가 내리든 말든 서로 눈치 말고 그저 마음 가는 대로 질질 끌지 말고 이제 내뱉지 말지 끝을 내보자고 반복되는 Seesaw game 이제 그만해 사람은 잠깐 사하긴 하지 한 명이 없음 다칠 거라면서 서로 나쁜 새끼 되기 싫게 애매한 책임전가의 연속에
Hold on, lyrics. No one wants to be the bad guy, so there's an ambiguous continuation of passing on responsibilities, which plays right into that Seesaw once again.
애매한 책임전가의 연속에 지친 만큼 지쳐서 때려 병행이 됐네 이런 병행을 바란 건 아닌데 처음에는 누가 더 무거운지
We get so tired, or if that we finally became parallel, but we didn't want this kind of parallel. There's so much. This whole Seesaw concept, there's so much to think about.
이런 병행을 바란 건 아닌데 처음에는 누가 더 무거운지 자랑하며 서로를 바라보며 웃지 이제는 누가 무거운지를 두고 경쟁을 하게 되었네 들여다온 my bullshit 누군가는 결국 이곳에서 내려야 끝이 날 듯하네 가식 섞인 서로를 위하는 척하는 말로 이젠 결정이 안돼 서로 마음이 없다면 서로 생각 안 했다면 우리가 이리도 질질 끌었을까 이제 마음이 없다면
You know what I really appreciate about this, as much as anything, is that this chorus is you know, he is trying to comfort the person, you know, whether and he doesn't even have the answer himself, ironically, considering the name of this album. And he's searching for that answer, and he knows that one of them needs to get off the seesaw. Someone's just got to make the move. And because there's a level of giving comfort in that, I love that he raps those verses to illustrate his points and to get his points across. But I love that he sings the chorus. I love that he sings the chorus, and he sings it softly too, because you're comforting this person. You're just, you know, sort of telling your side of things. You're giving the reality of the situation, but it's not like meant to be, because, you know, when Sugar wants to sound harsh and go hard, he's so good at that. But I love that he eases off on that in this, because it's perfect for the message that he's trying to get across, especially in the chorus when he sings softly like that. I feel like I'm being comforted. I feel like I'm ready to get off the seesaw and just start crying.
우리가 이리도 질질 끌었을까 이제 마음이 없다면 이 시선 위는 위험해 내 생각 더는 말고 Alright 반복된 시스템 이제서야 끝을 내보려 해 Alright 지켜볼 시스템 누군간 여기서 내려야 돼 할 순 없지만 hold 내가 없는 이 시선 위를 걸어 hold up 내가 없던 처음의 그때처럼 hold up 내가 없는 이 시선 위를 걸어 hold up 내가 없는 이 시선 다시 내려
Okay, so you know what's so interesting about this?
hold up 내가 없던 내려야 돼할 순 없지만 hold up 내가 없는 이
So if you're on a seesaw without if you're on a seesaw without the other person, then you just fall down. You're just, you know, you're sitting on the ground essentially, and the other end of that seesaw is just up, and you're on your own. And he says it here, just like the beginning when you weren't here. So now I'm back to being on my own by myself. I'm on the seesaw by myself, with no one to sort of hold me up. Like, I'm on my own. I'm carrying the weight. Literally, it's your weight that holds the seesaw down. I'm carrying the weight of all my own issues, my own problems. You know, it's no longer that competition he was referring to earlier, the thorns that, you know, get in the way of each other when we are trying to comfort each other and be there for each other. It's just me weighing myself down now, and with no one sort of to lift me up. And that's why I just love this whole seesaw concept, because it makes me think so deeply into it.
그때처럼 hold up 내가 없는 이 시선 위를 걸어 hold up 네가 없는 이 시즌 내려
Alright 반복된 시스템 이제서야 끝을 내보려 해
So I'm assuming BTS, the other members, are doing some background vocals for each other, because this run right here, I have a guess as to who it is, but I don't want to get it so like totally wrong. So I'm gonna keep it to myself for now.
이제서야 끝을 내보려 해 Alright 지켜볼 시스템 누군간 여기서 내려
Oh, that's Jimin, right? That's Jimin with that vocal back there. I think it is.
할 순 없지만 누가 내리든 말든 서로 눈치 말고 그저 마음 가는 대로 질질 끌지 말고 이제 내리지 말지 끝을 내보자고 반복되는 Seesaw game 이제 그만해
hold up 네가 없는 이 시즌 위를 걸어 hold up 네가 없는 처음의 그때처럼 hold up 네가 없는 이 시즌 위를 걸어 hold up 네가 없는 이 시즌에서 내려.
Yeah, I love that he ends up, you know, because he's on the seesaw without Journey said before, is just how it always, you know, just how it used to be. And I love that he ends the song getting off the seesaw, because that indicates some sort of healing. Like, that's the ultimate answer, ultimately, is realizing you need to, it can't just be one of you getting off the seesaw. Like, you both have to get off the seesaw. I feel like the seesaw is like the pain. Like, you both need to heal. You both need to forgive yourselves. You both need to move on from that. And you can't just stay on that seesaw. Like, it's like if you're in a terrible relationship or things just don't go well and there's a lot of pain involved, you know, one person can leave the seesaw, and then, like he said before, him sitting on the seesaw by himself, you can stay on that seesaw and absorb all that pain and keep feeling all that pain, and you know, just sit with that for ages, forever and ever. It's going to eat at you, and you're really just going to go through it. You're going to you know, post breakup depression is a real thing, and I feel like that's the not getting off the seesaw, is that sort of depression that he's living in. And you know, Suga's talked about depression so much in a lot of his own verses that I've heard, and I feel like that does represent that to a degree. So I love that the song ends with him getting off the seesaw while he was the only one on it. So clearly the other person got off, he was on it by himself, and he decided to get off of it as well. And I feel like that is the ultimate sort of answer there at the end. These three trivia songs gave me a lot to think about, and if they're intertwined, you know, comparing, you know, you had Dance with J-Hope and comparing Dancing. I mean, there are so many metaphors in that song. It wasn't just simple as dance. And then you had RM and love and people being one. And then I feel like I don't know if they relate to each other. They all seem to be reaching an answer if they are playing into the title of this album. But I love that they all represent such a specific sort of ultimate. I feel like ultimate. There was like an ultimate that they all reached at the end, where you just felt like you reached an end goal on an emotional level. And I've, you know, after the last couple albums, it's nice to get to that place. All right, this one is Epiphany, and I think this is a music video, and I think it's Jin, because I had the option of a lyric video. I pulled that one up, and I compared it to what this music video would be, and I felt like it would make sense to just do the music video. Although I'm not sure if it is a music video because it says comeback trailer. But I'm just going to do it this way because there's a lot of views on this one. So I'm going to assume that this is right. All right, let's do it. I am also going to assume it's Jin because the lyric video said it'd be Jin. Epiphany. I love the word epiphany. Who's in the room with him? I can't tell who that is in the room with him. Was that V?
참 이상해 분명 난 너를 너무 사랑했는데 모두 너에게 맞추고 널 위해 살고 싶었는데 그럴수록 내 맘속에 폭풍을 감당할 수 없게 돼 웃고 있는 가면 속에 진짜 내 모습을 다 드러내 I'm the one I should love in this world 빛나는 나를 소중한 내 영혼을 이제야 깨달아 So I love me 좀 부족해도 너무 아름다운 걸 I'm the one I should love
Jin? Okay, Move Over, my new favorite song on the album. I'm starting the whole thing over, I don't care. Oh my, the way that comes in, the power, the emotion that I feel, with this piano and these violins and the way Jin's voice just soars through those instruments. I'm the one I should love.
참 이상해 분명 난 너를 너무 사랑했는데 모두 너에게 맞추고 널 위해 살고 싶었는데 그럴수록 내 맘속에 폭풍을 감당할 수 없게 돼 웃고 있는 가면 속에 진짜 내 모습을 다 웃고 있는
The real myself inside the smiling mask. There's that mask. There's that mask.
가면 속에 진짜 내 모습을 다 드러내
This is, I reveal it entirely. This is such, this is really full circle, this song. This song is so important for the whole trilogy of albums.
I'm the one I should love in this world 빛나는 나를 소중한 내 영혼을 이제야 깨달아 So I love me 좀 부족해도 너무 아름다운 걸 I'm the one I should love
I love this song. I can't say that enough. And I love the epiphany is that stop living for other people. You need to live for yourself. I'm the one I should love. I'm not perfect, but I'm still beautiful. My soul is beautiful. I love this song. And not only that, I know that we're watching like a video here, and it's not just because I'm watching the video. If I was listening to this without the video, I'd still feel this way. It feels very cinematic. It feels like it belongs in a movie where the main character realizes that they have been living for other people while they should have been living for themselves, and realizing just how beautiful their own soul is and loving themselves. It really feels so cinematic, movie, big, and that's mostly, it's not just because of the instruments, the violins, the pianos, it's not just that, it's Jin's voice. He sounds stunning on this song. I'm obsessed with that note right there. That note change. He put everything. I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm sorry. He put everything into that right there. The note change. No, I don't know what this is supposed to say. Help. Help. Help, 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 help. What is this, a Ford commercial now? What is happening here? Whoever is able to, if you can, if anyone can help me with the translation to this, I would really appreciate this. This is my favorite song on the album so far. And it's not even so much, it's not the most complex sort of lyrically. Obviously we just got, 3 incredibly complex songs lyrically because we got our rappers from the group. Even the song from Jungkook, Euphoria, had a bit more complexity to it lyrically, but the message in this song, you don't need to get complex when you are singing with this much emotion and when your message is this straightforward and this emotional. This is a very emotional message. It's very straightforward. If you get complex, you almost take away from how emotional the song is and how important that sentiment is. You want to just be straightforward with it and let the instrumentation and the vocals sell the song. And my goodness, did Jin sell the fuck out of this song. Like, I have no choice but to believe that he went through this, and obviously I've listened to Her and Tear, so I know that he went through this based on that. I love this so much. Like I said, someone please translate this for me if you can, and know that this is my favorite song. This is a beautiful song. Oh my goodness, it just, please, someone, if this isn't in a movie, I need some director to put this in his or her movie. Okay, wow. All right, we've got all the boys back together for I'm Fine. I hear the sea. I'm gonna be honest, it's nice to get V's, even though I feel like V was doing some background vocals in some of these solo songs I just heard. V and Jimin, ironically because they didn't have solo songs, and they were the two voices I feel like I was hearing in the background vocals. I could be wrong, but it's just ironic that V opens up and I'm seeing Jimin here too and realizing he didn't have a solo song, but he's the voice I picked out. I felt like was doing some background vocals, but let me know if I'm wrong about that, though. It very much could be. 하늘 아래는 더 흠뻑 쏟아지는 햇살이 날 어지럽게 해 한껏 숨이 차오르고 심장은 뛰어 No no 느껴져 너무 쉽게 살아있다는 걸 자 우리가 한이어도 슬픔이 날 지워도 먹구름은 또 끼고 나 끝없는 꿈 자 우리가 한이어도 슬픔이 날 지워도 먹구름은 또 끼고 나 끝없는 꿈속이었고 한없이 구겨지고 나에게는 찢겨지고 언젠가 내가 한이게 된다 지어도 괜찮아 오직 나만이 나의 구원이잖아 못된 걸음걸이로 절대 죽지 않고 살아 How you doing? I'm fine 내 하늘은 my God 모든 아픔들이여 say goodbye 차가운 내 심장 하늘은 my God 모든 아픔들이여 say goodbye All the pain say goodbye. See ya. My sky is clear from that sun that's been raining down on them for a while now, and that's, you know, as a result of like rain and tumultuous sort of weather. And I love that, you know, I'm fine. I didn't even really think about the fact that this song is called I'm Fine, and that would be where we'd get to, and it's just nice to hear now. It's this is a nice way to close out this trio of albums, guys. It's really giving me some smiles.
차가운 내 심장은 널 부르는 법을 잊었지만 외롭지 않는 걸 괜찮아 괜찮아 깜깜한 밤 어둠을 잡는 꿈을 흔들어 놓지만 두렵지 않은 걸 괜찮아 괜찮아 I'm feeling just fine 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 이제 너의 손을 놓을게 I know I'm on mine 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 Cause I'm just fine I'm feeling just fine 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 더 이상은 슬프지 않을래 I could see the sunshine shine shine
I like that.
Cause I'm just fine just fine
That's why I love the way Jimin delivers the fine, and he like puts an emphasis on the fa, and the way he I just, it's like subtleties like that really make me appreciate them all individually as vocalists.
이상은 슬프지 않을래 I could see the sunshine shine shine
Right here on the fine,
Cause I'm just fine just fine
the way he sings those fines, especially that first fine, oh, it just hits me in a way. And I love that this song kind of reminds me of Epiphany and Seesaw. Like Sugar realizing he needs to get off the seesaw and like start, you know, dealing with himself. And then Jin, and you know, we just covered that song, so, but in Epiphany, talking about you should just love myself. Like it's me at the end of the day.
I'm just fine 내 아픔 다 이겨낼 수 있어 너 없이 나 I'm just fine 걱정 마 이제 웃을 수 있고 네 목소리를 모두 알아주니까 I'm so fine, you so fine 슬픔과 상처는 모두 다 이미 지나가 두목에 대해서 내 웃음에 반해주자고 We so fine, I'm so fine, you so fine 우리들 미래를 기쁨만 가득할 테니 걱정을 접어도 take 즐겨
차가운 내 심장은 널 부르는 법을 잊었지만
I love Sugar.
외롭지 않은 걸 괜찮아 괜찮아 깜깜한 밤 어둠을 잡는 꿈을 흔들어 놓지만 두렵지 않은 걸 괜찮아 괜찮아 I'm feeling just fine 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 이제 너의 손을 놓을게 I know I'm on mine 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 Cause I'm just fine I'm feeling just fine 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 더 이상은 슬프지 않을래 I could see the sunshine shine shine Cause I'm just fine just fine 혹시 너에게 또 보일까 세상은 달빛이 너에게 또 들릴까 wow, yeah. 희미한 메리가 I'm feeling just fine 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 혼자서라도 외쳐보겠어 내 소리들이 악몽에 주문을 걸어 I'm feeling just fine 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 몇 번이라도 되뇌보겠어 또다시 쓰러진
And I love too that they're still, you know, in this song. First of all, the beat to this song is so it kind of reminds me of a video game, but it's so interesting because even with a beat like that, they're all so advanced vocally. You know, with like they can deliver quick vocals and keep up with this kind of beat and just transform a beat that I feel like I would hear in a video game, but that's not the main part of what the song is to me. It's really about what the message is more so than that sound. And that's the power of like what they can do with their vocals, how they can keep up and still have their voices be like the most important part of the song. Says a lot, because that's so hard to do with an instrumental like this. And like it's supposed to be quick and upbeat like that because they are moving forward. Like it's got to be something quick and upbeat. It's a movement out of like it's a trying and trying again. And I love that they say here, I will try again, even if I had to several times, because it's not easy. Like you can't just say I'm feeling just fine. we know, like, listen to the previous 2 albums, like, it has not been easy to get to this point. And it's never over. Like, it's a constant battle. I will try again, even if I had to several times. Even if I fall again, I'm okay. And they say right there, like, it's a constant battle. Like, even though, like, I'm feeling just fine, I'm gonna fall again. It's probably gonna happen. But even if I do, I'm okay, because I've got a different sort of understanding now of myself. I will try to shout, even if I had to, by myself. And that makes me think of Seesaw kind of again, where you feel like you don't know, you're throwing all your shit onto somebody else, and then when they're off, now you're stuck dealing with your own shit, and you realize, like, you have to deal with that shit. You have to deal with it. And even if that means you gotta shout, even if you're shouting to just yourself, at least you're dealing with your problem. At least, like, you're letting that emotion out. You're not just internalizing things and wearing a mask and not being the beautiful person that you should love, which is you. I know that I'm going to be playing Trivia Just Dance and I'm Fine whenever I just want my mood, like a pick-me-up, like a mood lifter. Those will be big time go-tos, to say the least. My goodness. All right, this next one is Idol. We've got all the boys back again. Let's hear it.
Can't call me artist, can't call me idol. 아니 못한 다른 뭐라 해도 idol. I'm proud of it. 난 잘 없네. 너무 알았네. 나는 항상 나였길. 소각해 해. 나는 전혀 신경 쓰지 않네. 나는 역할을 내. 그 이유가 뭐든 간에. I know what I am. I know what I want. I never gon' change. I never gon' trade.
Okay, so this song, this is so different. The sound of this is different. The song is about what they've been getting at for a few of these tracks now. They finally, like, accepted and have the self-love. This is self-love. That's all this is. Let's just put it simply. I've spoken a lot. It's self-love. The self-love has finally come. The looking within themselves and realizing how much they need to just accept who they are or love themselves. They finally hit that point in this stage of the trio of albums, and that's what we're getting. That's what we're getting again here on this song, accepting that they are idols, and you can call them that now. They're not running away from that. They're not shying from that. The sound is just so different. I'm not used to it yet. I got to keep listening and see if I'll get into just the sound of it. I love what it's about, though. I like that.
I do my thing. I love myself.
I love myself. I love my fellow, my things and my way. 내 속안에 몇십 명 백명의 내가 있어. 오늘도 다른 way. 내 속안에
I love myself, I love my fam.
I love my fellow, my things and my way.
There are tens and hundreds of myself and me. I wonder if that's a reference to the fans and the how their fans are a reflection of them.
내 속안에 몇십 명 백명의 내가 있어. 오늘도 다른 날 맞이. 어차피 전부 다 나에게. 고민보다는 게 다니네. Running man. 어쩌고 다들 알아 bitch.
Talking.
Do what I do. 그게 너는 잘 하셔. You can't stop me loving myself.
Okay.
You can't stop me loving myself. See what I do. You can't stop me loving myself. I'm so fine wherever I go. 가끔 멀리 돌아가도.
I like this. I like this a lot. And this reminds me, oh no, what was the lyric? I'm so fine wherever I go. Sometimes I find the longest way to go around. It's okay. There was a lyric earlier that makes me think about. I can't remember what it was. It had something to do with going around. I'm gonna be so mad because it's gonna come to me later on, probably when I'm done doing this album reaction. But like wherever I go, sometimes I find the longest way to go around. That's okay. Sometimes the journey to figuring out how to, figure out this part of life is a journey that's longer than you would have probably hoped it'd be, and you'd probably have to go through more stuff than you would have hoped. But it's okay. Like you probably learned even more in that case. That's fine.
It's okay. I love myself. It's okay. It's okay.
Goodness.
You can stop me loving myself. You can stop me loving myself.
Okay, so here's the verdict. I love what this is about, right? Love what this is about. I can't not love what this is about, and it's so cohesive. The what it's about is so cohesive with the rest of the album. I don't know if this is like sonically just the sound of the song. I'm not sure if it's a song I'm gonna revisit in my own time. I did like it more as it went on, so I can't fully say that right now. I'm not gonna commit to whether or not I like this song right now. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Like the sound of it, I like what it's about. I love what it's about. Some really clever lyrics in there again, and I will say I get the feeling that this is the kind of song that I have to see them perform live. I just get that feeling. Especially like they said the running man, and I feel like they've got some really cool choreography that matches with those lyrics. I feel like there's some sick choreography for this whole song. I just get that feeling. So this will be one of those songs that I jump to a live performance to see. Otherwise, I don't know. I need some time on that one. But love what it was about. Let's keep going. Is there a better way to close this album out than a song called Love Myself? I feel like you could have named the last 3 songs Love Myself. 3 songs? Yeah. Actually, not the last 3 songs. I feel like you could have named every song on this album Love Myself, and it would work somehow. So closing the album out with a song called Love Myself is it's chef's kiss. So I'm so curious to see where we go with this. Look at these beautiful boys.
눈이 뜬다 어둠 속 나 심장이 뛰는 소리를 났을 때 마주본다 거울 속 나 겁먹은
Okay, we're gonna get lyrics in this. I already know. So
눈을 뜬다 어둠 속 나 심장이 뛰는 소리를 났을 때 마주본다 거울 속 나 겁먹은 눈.
So, I mean, it says it right there. I face you in the mirror. Makes you think for a second, like when he says you, he's talking about somebody else, but no, it's the mirror. It's the mirror. So we're talking to ourselves. Your fear, sticking glare, recycled questions. You woke up. There's so much like imagery going on here. There's so much to picture here, and you're just staring in a mirror, fearful of what we're looking at. But I have a feeling it's going to open up into something nice here.
어쩌면 누군가를 사랑하는 것보다도 어려운 게 나 자신을 사랑하는 거야. 솔직히 어쩌면
Sugar, go ahead and tell them. It's harder loving yourself than loving someone else. Let them know. Let them know.
누군가를 사랑하는 것보다도 어려운 게 나 자신을 사랑하는 거야. 솔직히 인정할 건 인정하자. 내가 내든 좌태들은 너에게 더 엄격하단 걸. 네 삶 속에 굵은 나이트 내게 또한 너 일부 너에게 이제는 나 자신을 용서하자. break it. 우리 인생은 길어 미러 속에서 난 미러 겨울이 지나면 다시 봄은 오는 거야.
Love maze.
용서하자. break it.
Love maze. I believe in myself inside this maze because when winter passes, spring comes again, and they they do this so often where they use metaphors constantly. Winter they're using as a metaphor because winter is the idea of winter is supposed to be cold and like you're cold and just like it's usually want winter to go by quickly and you want spring to come, and that's representing sort of like this idea of what life feels like.
인생은 길어 미러 속에서 난 미러 겨울이 지나면 다시 봄은 오는 거야.
차가운 밤의 시선 초라한 날 감추려 없이 뒤척였지 난 수많은 별을 막기 위해 난 떨어졌던가 이제 수천 개의 찬란한 화살의 광력은 나 하나야.
Well, that's a high note that Jin. That's a high note that Jin is singing there. I think his voice is layered a couple times, but it's a high note either way. He's harmonizing.
정답은 없을지도 몰라. 어쩜 이것도 답은 아닌 거야. 그저 날 사랑하는 일조차 누구의 허락이 필요했던 거야. 난 지금도 나를 또 찾고 있어. 더는 죽고 싶지가 않은 걸.
Even now I'm still finding myself, but I don't want to die anymore. What the fuck, RM? I love how real they get. I just love how real they get with their lyrics. I cannot say that enough. That's such a huge step. Like that in itself, and it sounds like tongue-in-cheek, but it's not. Literally, at least I don't want to die anymore. Like, that is such a huge step.
슬프렴에 아프렴에 더 아름다움에 그래 그 아름다움에 있다고 하는 마음이 나의 사랑으로 가는 길 가장 필요한 나다운 일 지금 나 위한 행복 바로 나 위한 행동 나 위한 태도 그게 나 위한 행복 I show you what I got 두렵진 않아 그건 내 존재니까
시작의 처음부터 끝의 마지막까지 해답은 오직 하나 왜 자꾸만 감추려고 말을 밀가면서 끌어
I love this sound of this back and forth, and Jimin and Jungkook, how Jimin like is actually singing the lines, and Jungkook just does like a call and response. You know, it just sound like I love the way it sounds. Aside, why do you want to keep hiding? Why do you keep wanting to hide inside your mask? There's no that line right there indicating all the growth that we've gone through. It means everything to me. I love that. Even the stars that were formed from my mistakes are my very own constellations. Whoa. Even the scars that were formed from my mistakes are my very own constellations. Even the stars that were... that's so profound. Oh my goodness. That might be the best line I heard today. That might top the whole I and you, and I traveled across the letters just to get to you, the space between I and you. From, I think that was RM. This is really fucking deep. Because stars are beautiful in their own right, and it's saying that my mistakes are beautiful because they've made me who I am. They've taught me to love myself. I gotta say one more time, even the stars that were formed from my own mistakes are my very own constellations. Constellations show you the way, like they're sort of a direction in a way. I'm not an astrologist, so that definition is light, but pretty sure more or less that's what that means. And my mistakes show me the way. They show me the way to myself and to love myself, and there's beauty in them. That one, oh, even the stars are formed. That's a tattoo. Do you know how like I've got I've got Zayn lyrics on me. I've got other stuff on me that's private. I've got several like artist related stuff on me, and this is the kind of line that I would tattoo on myself. This is significant. I love this. I'm sorry. I've got to where is, I had to screenshot that one because I need that might be a tattoo. That might be a tattoo for me. Oh no! Don't be over. This is the perfect ending. And all I want to do is listen to this and Epiphany back to back, because it's just perfect. So I'm gonna listen. There's a couple more things I want to listen to here, but I know that this is like the official end of everything that we've done. Not everything that we've done, but this the Love Yourself series. I can't say enough about these boys as lyricists, these men as lyricists, as emotional storytellers, as honest communicators. My goodness, talk about honesty, talking about burying your soul within these albums and like really putting yourself out there and like trying to navigate what I really enjoy about this, as much as anything, is it really feels chronological. It feels like it was all written in order, and it feels like they were discovering themselves through the process of songwriting, and through the process of making these albums. Like Answer truly feels like it's written after Her and Tear. It really feels that way. And when you talk about all the, like, how these three albums perfectly come together in a chronological fashion, in a discovering yourself and learning to love yourself after being at the absolute bottom. I mean, the line, was it RM talking about, was it RM that said, "At least I don't want to die now"? Fucking think about that. I mean, that's everything. That's all you got to really hear is, "At least I don't want to die anymore." And that's real. That's real. Like, there was, that's dripping all over the earlier music. And now they're in the point where, they're these nightmarish scenarios that were real. Now they've grown so much, and they've learned to love that process, that now that they can love themselves, and they learn. And it's not like loving yourself is such a complicated thing. And was it Suga who was saying how it's harder to love yourself than to love someone else? That's such a fact. And because loving yourself is such a hard thing, just saying that, like, I love myself, isn't that simple. Like, you have to really, it really takes so much more than just saying that to make sense of what it really takes to love yourself. And I feel like they did a incredible job of displaying that with these three albums, and really ending it off with this one, which really shows the process of what it can take for someone to actually love themselves, and including those long roads, the seesaw analogy, everything about this. I absolutely love, guys. I really do. I'm not even going to give you my favorites on this album, because this was I loved what I got on here. Usually I give my favorite songs, whether it's top 5, top 6, depending on how long the album is, on the album. My favorites. It's really hard to do it with this one just because of how cohesive it was, but everything was cohesive. All three of these were super cohesive. I will say that this album gave me 2 of my favorite BTS songs ever, especially out of these 3 that we've gotten. We talk about Euphoria and Epiphany, already 2 of my favorite BTS songs ever made. Period, point blank. Those songs are perfect. I love everything about them. But then the trivia songs, the 3 trivia songs, Dance and Love and Seesaw, there's so much to take away from that. And I loved how the album closed with Love Myself. I loved I'm Fine. Like I said, it's really hard to, and Truth Untold is probably still my favorite BTS, and I know that's off of Tear, but I'm thinking of like what my favorite BTS songs ever are, and now I'm thinking of songs from Map in the Soul and B, and I need to just stop while I'm ahead because we're focusing on what's in front of us here. I love substance, guys, and BTS gives me so much substance constantly, consistently, with what I've heard 5 projects from them now, right? I still get a little confused with their discography, and I've had a lot of people on my Patreon, thankfully, like, who are huge BTS fans, really help me, and shout out to all of you guys. You guys are literally the best. You're so helpful and informative, and I literally can't not just, like, once I'm done with, I get so excited to post these, because the feedback that I get on these things and the information that I get really puts me in the best possible place. Like, there's nothing I can miss. And if I do, like, as far as once I'm done, if I feel like I missed anything, I know it's going to be in the comments, and I get to go read them, and I get to find out, like, oh, wow. And then I get to go look at some dual set stuff. It's just, I'm so thankful for all of you. And like the general kindness, and it's just, and that's not an accident. I feel like that's a direct result of all the substance that BTS gives out. Like, I've always said that fans are a product of the artist, and it's so obvious that the fans of BTS are a product of BTS. Like, it goes hand in hand, and BTS literally said that at one point in the song, that they're a product of, these, whatever number that they had said, like, looking back at them. And I think that they were talking about the fans, and that when they had said that, I forget what song, I think that was in I'm Fine, I want to say. It was I'm Fine or Idol, they said something along those lines. I'm just so grateful. It's not obvious. I'm completely rambling because of how grateful I am to have come across the BTS fans, the ARMY, and BTS, the group themselves. So, yeah, guys, that being said, let me know what to tackle next. Let me know what to do next. What project of theirs to do next. I know that they've got some albums here. I'm looking at them now, and it seems as if You Never Walk Alone would be next, which is an 18-track album, which is exciting. I like that, believe it or not. Then Wings, but let me know if I missed anything. Let me know. Just let me know what makes sense to do next. I trust you guys the most, because you are all the best. Just gonna do a couple songs here, guys, that I got comments about, and I'm never, ever, ever, ever gonna ignore comments from the wonderful ARMY. I read them all, and I really take them to heart. And it seems like a lot of people wanted me to check out these couple songs here that were supposed to be from Map of the Soul. So let's check these out, and let's try and sort of relate them to those albums. Although I'm probably gonna more so just enjoy them for what they are in these moments. This is Mikrokosmos. I looked it up. That word is derived from microcosms. Microcosms are like a descriptive sort of word that represents something much larger than itself. And I did see right under that too, that this is supposed to have much more meaning than just that. And I feel like because of what I know about Persona, I feel like it's gonna sort of encapsulate like just how significant one fan might be, despite like the fact that they're one fan amongst so many, right? I just have that vibe already without even having listened to it yet.
반짝이는 별빛들 깜빡이는 불 켜진 건물 우린 빛나고 있네 각자의 방 각자의 별을
어떤 빛은 야망 어떤 빛은 방황 사람들의 부비들 모두 소중한 나눠 어두운 밤 외로운 몸 별처럼 다 오랜 빛나 사라지지 뭐 큰 존재니까 Let it shine
어쩜 이 밤의 표정이 이토록 또 아름다운 건 저 별들도 불빛도 아닌 우리 때문일 거야 You got me 난 너를 보며 빛날 봐 I got you 지륵 같은 밤들 속 서로 겹은 서로의 빛 같은 말을 하고 있었던 거야 우린
Junk,
같은 말을 하고 있었던 거야 우린 가장 깊은 밤에 더 빛나는 별
the starlight that shines brighter on the darkest night, using that as a guide and referencing themselves. This actually does fit in a little bit with Love Yourself. I don't want to like make it about that too much, because I know that these were like on separate timelines, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, this is realizing like what you represent and just how important you are, despite the fact that you are one of like so many, like a star, like one star, right? There's so many stars. Not any different than humans, where there's so many humans, but one human is so significant, so important. That human shines bright through the dark, like brighter than through on the darkest night, much like a star. I love this already. I love what this is about, and I love the vocals being served. I love what they're all bringing to this vocally.
한 사람의 하나의 역사 한 사람의 하나의 별 75개의 빛으로 빛나는 75가지의 world
75가지의 삶 도시의 야경은 어쩌면 또 다른 도시의 밤 각자 많은 꿈 내다 shine 넌 누구보다 밝게 빛나
어쩜 이 밤에
Each person's own dream. Let it shine. You shine brighter. Like it's your dream is as significant as anyone else's and the collective of everyone else.
넌 누구보다 밝게 빛나
어쩜 이 밤의 표정이 이토록 아름다운 걸 어쩜 이 밤의 표정이 이토록 아름다운 걸 저 어둠도 달빛도 아닌 우리 때문일 거야
We are the starlight.
You look at me 난 너를 보며 꿈을 꿔 I got you 지긋했던 밤들 속 서로가 본 서로의 빛 같은 말을 하고 있었던 거야 우린 가장 깊은 밤에 더 빛나는 별빛 가장 깊은 밤에 더 빛나는 별빛
I love the starlight that shines brighter the deeper the night turns, and the deeper the night turns, the darker and darker it's getting in theory, and you just shine brighter and brighter. And the deeper the night turns, the more that's like the more that you have to shine brighter.
도시의 별 훌쩍 올려본 밤 하늘에 난 떠올려 사람이란 불 사람이란 별로 가득한 바로 이곳에서 We shine You got me 난 너를 보면서 멈춰 I got you 지옥 같은 밤 뒤서 보면서 멈춰 I got you
That little run there.
사람이란 불 사람이란 별로 가득한 바로 이곳에서 We shine You got me 난 너를 보면서 멈춰 I got you
That's Jimin too doing that run. You know, I love Jimin's high vocal run so much.
같은 밤 뒤서 yeah Shine dreams light
I think I was just saying how much I love Jimin's high vocal runs. I'm pretty sure that's Jimin right there. Man, that song was the Jungkook V and Jimin Clinic, and I'm so here for that. Yeah, that song was absolutely necessary. So thank you guys for making this song like come across my radar, because I had to listen to this one and I had to listen to it with you guys. All right, this one is Home.
I'm exhausted, man. Guess what?
What?
I just wanna go home.
며칠 전 설레임에 인사조차 못했어 Yeah, I'm going home, baby 온 세상이 내 집
Crazy for myself 주문을 열면 뭐든 다 될 것처럼 마치 무슨 본때 보여줄 것처럼 집을 나섰지 모든 세상이가 신기루 도민하지 Oh yeah, I did it Mission with flashing lights Got a lot of friends Ghost dog 내 공간 그래 기억해 뭐든 다 할 수 있을 것만 같던데 I saw the ocean Yeah, 이 문을 열기 도전해 Oh yeah
I saw the ocean before I even opened this.
I saw the ocean, yeah, 이 문을 열기 도전해 Oh yeah
뭔가 지울수록 더 비어가 함께일수록 더 혼자인 것 같아 빨리 좀 넘기는 잠못 드는 밤 네가 있는 곳 날 깨고 싶으니까
I don't think you guys understand what BTS speaking Spanish does to my heart. That did something to me.
Touch it, touch it, touch. I need that. La 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 la. I love it.
Could you rather 내 머리
La 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 la. I love it.
Feels like Jungkook was putting something different on it, like using a different technique with his voice there on those la 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 la. I love it. A little bit more playful, actually. A little bit more vocally endearing. Really interesting hearing him sing like that. I'm so here for it.
Need that. La 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 la. I love it.
Could you rather 내 머리 이상해 누구고 예쁘라네 있어도 이상해 둥둥둥이고 빈거는 두두 이번지고 갈래 나 먼저 돌아가
점사라의 세상은 우리가 세상을 다 가진 줄 아는 건 거리다 big house big house big ring 내가 원한 건 모든 걸 가져두고 허전한 지금 모든 걸 이룸져가 느껴 낯선 기분 지금 떠나도 돌아올 곳이 있기에 나서는
갈림길에서 자꾸 생각나 볼품없던 날 알아줬던 너네 생각에 웃을 수 있었어 네가 있는 곳 그곳이 내 가슴 What you want my favorite 바로 그곳이 내 가슴 미리켜도 너의 switch.
Okay, I appreciate this song because we're touching more on the difficulty of what it's like being an artist that's on the road so much and having their spotlight and sort of like what a standard definition of home would be, but to them like it can be multiple things as long as it involves this person, and it can just, you can turn it on like a switch. It can be home wherever it is as long as they are there, and that's so hard to find when you're on the road like they you know, when you're an artist that is in demand like they are. I'm not familiar with, you know, how often they would tour, but I would imagine a lot given just their level of popularity and their long discography. And I know that they haven't, like, they worked really hard to get to this point. I know they haven't always been as popular as they are now, because they worked their asses off to get there. But I would imagine that through that process, they spent a lot of time on the road. I love how they do this a lot, where they just take a word, whether it be sea, whether it be like stars, whether it be ocean, whether it be forest, whether it be like a galaxy, a planet, a sun, whatever it is. They are so good at taking words and making that word so much bigger than what the word is. Like taking the word home and making that word mean so much more than just home. They're so good at that. They do it so often, and it makes like songs like this where they're like upbeat so much more profound than just like the upbeat sound that it is.
You touch it, touch it, touch. I need that.
I love it. They love it. And I love all of you.